Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm sitting down with Saul from The 5ers, a platform that I really admire and one of the kind of very legit platforms in the industry. Looking forward to sit down with you, Saul, and discussing new programs and things you have going on at The 5ers. So welcome back on the podcast. Good to have you here again.
Thank you, Etienne. Yeah, always happy to be here with you. I heard you reached already the 100,000 followers, something like that, in your subscribers.
We're very close. We have like 200 subscribers left. So probably by the time this is live, we'll be beyond that for sure.
Yeah, so congrats on that. Hopefully this video makes it to the goal.
I appreciate it for sure. So tell me kind of what's been going on at The 5ers and with you in the past few months. I know we spoke a while back. We kind of discussed the programs. Back then you had that, I believe, kind of that program could get funded without a fixed challenge. They had like a long time to do the evaluation. But what's new now at The 5ers?
Yeah, so The 5ers has been an exciting year in The 5ers. We are organizing this very large and exciting live event in London, June 17, London. So of course you received the invitation time ago, but your audience they're all welcome to come. It's going to be, all these trading expos and trading shows, they're all like marketing platforms for brokers and come and sell you their services, just talking about the spreads and the latency and their trading conditions. So we really wanted to create a real trading event for traders who really want to come and network and have fun and learn some things. So put together this amazing agenda, an amazing fun part and networking part. So it's going to be really, really unique. It's going to be a whole full day. There's going to be stand-up comedy. There's going to be music. There's going to be a money booth to catch, dollars. And there's going to be great speakers. Steve Ward, I believe you hosted him in your podcast. He only coaches institutional traders. So for a retail trader, it would be very, very hard to get to him or to learn directly from him. So he's coming. Mark Holstead, very big names will be teaching there, and of course all the fun, beer, trading competition. So yeah, will be fun.
Awesome. Yeah. Like you mentioned, it's fun because I went to a few of these trading conferences in the past and they're always like a place for all brokers. But if you can do something different, which I'm sure you guys can do because you're definitely like a leader in the industry in that regard, they're definitely worth it for people to attend.
Yeah. So that's the large project we're focusing on. And of course, we launched about probably 2 months ago. We launched all this new funding ecosystem, in which we also launched a new program. There was a very high demand for a 2-step evaluation program, which we didn't had. So we launched that. It's called the high stakes program. We can discuss that. And the whole, the hub and the infrastructure and the technology behind it and the resources section and all together. So it's been very, very exciting.
Awesome. Yeah. Tell me more about this because you had a pretty solid program before. What made you want to even improve your program even more?
Yeah. So again, we used to have the bootcamp program, which is a 3-step evaluation. It's a low-cost entry program, and the instant funding program, which is our core program. We run with it from day one, and we were missing a lot of traders. Like a lot of traders wanted to trade with us, but we were not offering the program they wanted, or even traders that are trading with us on instant funding, they were requesting a 2-step program because it has different challenges, but of course, different rewards once you pass it. And we were missing all those programs. And we build, besides or on top of the funding programs we offer much more than that. We offer all the ecosystem, all the support, all the resources to really try to make traders better once they join The 5ers. So all these traders were not experience what we have to offer. So that's why we decided also to include that in the services we offer. But we really call it high stakes because it was important for us to call it by true name. It is aimed for a very specific profile trader who's comfortable trading in a high risk environment. There's more leverage to manage, more drawdowns and upsides to manage. So we really wanted to call it by its true name.
Interesting. So you've probably noticed that there's people who trade for platforms have different challenges. Like they have maybe scaling up is tough for them and they have to kind of adapt to this new size, this new leverage. Is that kind of the thing you had in mind where you want to really support traders along the way, along the journey to kind of being profitable, but also staying kind of consistent with your platform?
Yeah, that's the idea. And that's why we offer many incentives for people who join any of our programs to stay consistent. Because once you show us consistency, you access scaling, which is something that is not very used in the industries, especially not in the two-step challenges out there. So we're offering every certain amount of profit you generate, you get more balance to manage, more profit to manage, all the way to, if you show us enough times that you're consistent and you can manage risk, then we'll offer a contract and to get salary, okay, on top of your profit split. So it's very exciting. But we are requesting in return of that a minimum profitable days, for example, because we want to make sure that we're funding the right people who are going to trade responsibly the funds we're allocating on them.
Interesting. So what's the difference between a two-step and a three-step funding program?
So the three-step funding program, we call it the bootcamp program because it is might be harder to complete, because you have to 3 times make it to the goal instead of only 2 times or 1 time. But in return of that, you have a very low entry cost. So for traders who are just starting out, instead of going and opening a demo account or a brokerage account, they can come and for $95, for example, which is a low cost entry, they can access the opportunity to get funded. So if you're just if you want to get like a set of rule parameters and risk parameters that will help you trade more consistently, that's the way to start. And of course, for traders who are more experienced, who are comfortable with risk, they can go to the high stakes. And traders who are also experienced or advanced, but less, they don't need that high risk experience. We got the instant funding program. That it's very well known in our company.
Yeah, definitely. There's a big demand for people who are already good traders. They know they can perform. They want to get the capital. They want to be able to scale up the fastest with that capital. And I think some of the programs that platforms offer still these days don't really kind of respond to that. But the way you're saying it is like a way to kind of scale up faster and with more leverage, like you said, in a better environments. This can definitely be a good way for people to scale up increase their capital. So good point.
I can tell you on the ISIS program, there's no scaling like that in the industry. Most companies out there, you will find out that you need to stay consistent for 3 months and make I don't know what return in order to get 25% more in scaling, which is, I don't hear about many traders doing that. So the only thing we're requesting is to make 10%. To every 10%, you can get access to more scaling and more scaling, all the way to $500,000 and the opportunity to get a salary as well.
So how does the scaling work exactly? Like what amount can you gain each 10% you make?
So you can get all the details. It's a table that every trader can see on the website, but basically every 10% you get between 25 and 50K more to manage, 25K or 50K to manage.
Now, I gotta ask you, because you did mention salary, which for some traders could be very interesting to have some stability in the returns. Like they don't have to worry about the monthly returns, but they can actually get the same salary each month. Is that what you're referring to? What are the conditions for this and how does that work out?
After traders get to a certain level, it's not the same contract for every trader, because we make like an agreement. The contract is as long as the trader continues performing the same way he got to that point. So he has shown us for several steps or that he managed money in a certain way. So as long as he stays doing the same, he will get the monthly salary. We don't want, of course, someone to offer someone a salary and suddenly he stops trading or something like that. So he needs to stay consistent to what he has done until that point in order to get to the salaries. The salaries start at $4,000 a month up to $10,000 on top of the profit split, of course.
Very interesting. So you could think, on one way, I think that salary is good to take off some pressure on the trader, because traders long term want to perform, especially if they have capital from the platform. They want to be able to make the monthly return to at least get a good paycheck out of it. That salary could bring down pressure, or could maybe get people complacent. What do you think is going to happen with people getting a salary and
no, for
trading?
Sure. Look, I think people will trade even better. I can tell you, and probably every trader experiences that when you're relying solely in trading for a living, it's a lot of pressure because you have to perform and you have to deliver and you have to bring that money home to pay your expenses. But once you have an extra source of income, like a salary in this case, you release that pressure. So you can calmly wait for those good, high quality setups to present. So you can take advantage. You don't have to be making up setups in order to be active in the market because you have that pressure to bring the money or to make profits. So I think traders, once they access a salary, they will actually trade even better. That's my vision.
Yeah, it's kind of the way I see it too. So I'll be curious to see what people do with this and what the results are of it. So what can people learn more about this program, and what can they find more details about how to start with this program?
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. If you go and visit the rules, you will see all the details. I think the only thing to be aware is the fact that you can have like a reward from the very first step. Once you pass the first step, you can have a certain reward, the salary, of course, and I think that's and the growth, every 10%. Those are the highlights of the program. Of course, on top of all the ecosystem, you get access. You get all the resources, the one-on-one calls, the trading plan. Time ago we made a series of webinars on psychology with Dr. Gary Dighton. I believe you hosted him no long ago. So we made a series of 7 webinars with him, like a workshop. So you have that for free. That would cost you thousands to access. You get it for free on the resources. So all the ecosystem.
Cool. I gotta ask you though, if someone is thinking about which program to join, do they join this new program or the bootcamp you have and you still have now? How did they decide which one to pick and which one to join first?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's always hard to give you only one answer. It really depends on who are you as a trader and what are your goals and your risk profile. Again, if you're just starting out, you're new to trading, go to bootcamp. Do not commit a lot. Do not risk a lot of your money. Do not commit a lot of your money, on the learning process. That's the place to start. You will get a set of rules, risk management that will, guide you through the process. And if you succeed, you will get funded. If you're already experienced, you know what you're doing. You need you're not eager to get a very high leverage, but you want to take things calmed. Maybe you're a swing trader or a position trader. Go to the instant. That's where we have the highest success rate, probably in the industry. And if you're an aggressive trader, probably scalper, you want the risk high, the high risk, high reward, high leverage, then the high stakes, the 2-step challenge would be the place.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Saul. I appreciate your time here for coming in and explaining the details of the programs and how things are working out and the new stuff happening with your platform. I know there's a lot of things happening for sure. People can check out your conference coming soon, your 2-day event. And of course, this new program, we'll leave a link below. People can check it out and go to your website to find out more about how that all works out. So I appreciate your time and your inputs here to clean this up, and look forward to connecting with you again in the future.